all Venturans know, we live in a beautiful natural area and a great city. From our oceans to our mountains, from our surf to our turf, we've got something special here, worth preserving. We've been rated the #1 place to live in America by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and by Men's Journal, who called us refreshingly unpolished. We'll take that as a compliment. In 2014, Regent Properties, a Los Angeles-based developer, came to Ventura to build 55 luxury homes on the hillside above Ventura High School. They seemed like very nice people, conferring with homeowners, holding public meetings, and promising beautiful, responsibly built homes. They even promised a huge grant of land to our local conservancy for public recreation and enjoyment. But then, when it came time to submit their plans, they came up short. Their actual plans were in gross violation of Ventura'S Hillside management program. Back in the 1970s and 80s, our city planners could see other communities in our area expanding and developing their hills in ways that cause concern. Ugly and environmentally insensitive housing tracts came to dominate the hills of Southern California. Meanwhile, Ventura'S hillsides remained largely eclectic, without housing tracts. Hillside homes were mostly modest but widely varied in style, built along streets that rise, fall, and curve with the natural terrain, yielding the beautiful look and feel of the developed hillsides we see today. Fortunately, our city leaders had the insight to see we had become one of the last unspoiled communities along the Southern California coast, and the foresight to create our Hillside Management Program. The HMP is designed to encourage hillside development, but direct it in a way that would preserve the unique and iconic natural beauty of our hills. The HMP is not just a set of guidelines or suggestions. It is the constitution for how we must develop our hills. The HMP states that hillside development must impose the least impact on the natural environment as possible. The terrain must retain its natural and scenic character. No grading is permitted on slopes greater than 30%. Riverbeds and barrancas are to be preserved as natural drainages. Terracing, padding, and cut and fill should be absolutely minimized. These common-sense policies preserve the beauty of our hills and promote safe development. But Regent's plan is very different from this. Regent's homes will not follow the natural contours of the hillside. They intend to flatten the natural slopes with long, wide, artificial terraces extending from east to west, completely out of harmony with the hillside flow. There are many beautiful canyons and barrancas on the 40 acres proposed for development. Regent will flatten and fill them all, blazing straight across the hillside, with 3,750 linear feet of retaining walls, up to 17 feet tall. 4,700 linear feet of ugly concrete drainage ditches. There are cuts up to 50 feet deep, barrancas filled with 50 feet of dirt, all to accommodate a flatland-style subdivision. Regent creates an artificially reshaped hillside, destroying the charm that has made us one of the most desirable cities in the country to live. The most egregious and illegal violation of the HMP is Regent's intent to grade on steep slopes. The HMP clearly states that developers shall not grade slopes greater than 30%. This key element of the HMP reduces environmental destruction while guiding development to safer areas of the hillside. Regent is asking for this critical element of the HMP to be waived so they can grade on slopes up to 44%. Our citizens don't stand idly by when the sanctity and beauty of our hills are threatened. They've organized rallies and taken to the streets with petitions. They've jammed City Hall with concerned citizens and are ready to fight for what is right. Regent paints the growing opposition of more than 8,000 so far as being against any and all hillside development. But that's not the case.
In our town, we believe that people should be able to come in and develop. We welcome that, but they have to be in compliance with the HMP and the general plan.
Rather than complying with the HMP, Regent has instead offered more land to our Hillside Conservancy in an attempt to barter their way through our regulatory process.
We'd love to have more trails and places to explore nature, but nowhere does it say that we have to give up our pristine hillsides in order to do that.
This is not a property rights issue, nor an issue of hillside versus farmland development. In our town, we believe that people should be allowed to develop the land they own, provided they do it in compliance with the vision of our city fathers. If they do so, we welcome their contribution to our unique community. The natural beauty and safety of our hills will only endure with this kind of responsible stewardship. Regent has approached our city planners and staff with the intent of modifying our vision to suit their needs. They've sought to influence prominent community insiders to support their plan. City staff has recommended that the plan move forward, but the final decision will be made by our current city leaders, our city council.
This vote is a vote on whether our hillside management program stands or whether it does not.
If the City Council allows this proposal to come in as it is, they'll be completely circumventing our basic guiding principles here in Ventura.
You know, this really is a referendum on the hillside management plan itself. Without that, then people can build whatever they want, whenever they want, as long as they have enough money and influence and pull to pull it off.
Will Ventura follow the vision of our forefathers, or the one now proposed by an ambitious developer? We hope and trust that our current leaders will send Regent back to the drawing board and direct them to follow our vision by proposing a plan that complies with the Hillside Management Program. The entire future of our hillsides and the vision of our community now rests in the hands of just a few individuals. How will they vote? How our council will act is unknown, but Venturans will be watching carefully as we know we have something special, something worth fighting for. And if we lose it, it's gone forever.